A very old story speaks of a tiny seed. It is smaller than most other seeds. When held in the palm of your hand, it seems like almost nothing at all. A gust of wind could blow it away. A passing foot could crush it into the dust without even noticing. This is the mustard seed from the famous parable. This story is more than just a simple tale about farming or gardening. It is a spiritual code, a quiet map offered to the human heart. It speaks a language that bypasses the busy, calculating mind and goes straight to the soul's deep place of knowing. It invites us to look at the smallest things in our lives and see in them the promise of the greatest things. It is a living metaphor for the way that divine reality works in our world and in our own being. The story uses the simple, earthy image of a seed to explain the most profound of mysteries, how the kingdom of God, that great reality of love and union, begins. What is this tiny seed, really? The parable uses it as a symbol, a pointer to something deeper. The seed represents the divine spark that is placed within every single person, without exception. It is a small, seemingly insignificant fleck of the eternal light, a quiet echo of the great love that created all things. This spark is your original essence, the truest part of who you are, hidden beneath layers of personality, experience, conditioning. It is the part of you that knows, without being told, that you are connected to something larger than your individual self. A silent hum of belonging, a quiet pull toward wholeness. It is a gift, given at the very start of your being. It is your spiritual DNA, the full blueprint for who you are meant to become. Many people live their entire lives without ever knowing it is there. Too busy, too distracted, too wounded, unable to feel its gentle warmth. They look for God in the sky, in great cathedrals, in ancient books, not seeing the first encounter waiting in the quiet stillness of their own interior world, small and patient, like a seed. You might feel this spark as a subtle longing for more meaning, a quiet ache for deeper connection, a gentle nudge toward compassion. The voice of your truest self, whispering beneath the noise of your ego. Our world is often intoxicated with the idea of greatness. We celebrate what is large. We celebrate what is fast. We celebrate what is powerful. We admire the skyscraper. We do not admire the single brick. We applaud the finished masterpiece. We do not applaud the first hesitant brushstroke. The parable of the mustard seed offers a profound and necessary correction. The seed is the smallest of all seeds, the story says, yet it holds the potential for the largest of shrubs. This is a fundamental law of the spiritual universe. The most significant transformations always begin with the smallest starts. A vast forest grows from tiny seeds. A human life begins with 2 microscopic cells. A movement can begin with a single quiet act of courage. God, it seems, prefers to work through the small, the overlooked, the seemingly insignificant. Small things are unpretentious. They do not carry the weight of ego. They are flexible. They are open. They are receptive to the slow, organic process of growth. It means learning to value the small act of kindness over the grand gesture that seeks applause. It means honoring the 5 minutes of quiet prayer in a busy day as much as a week-long retreat. Seeing a single word of encouragement is holy. When we begin to see the world this way, we realize our lives are filled with endless opportunities to plant these tiny seeds. Do not despise your small beginnings. The soul is content to be small and to grow slowly, authentically. Trust the wisdom of the mustard seed. The growth of the mustard seed from a tiny speck into a large tree is a beautiful metaphor for the expansion of human consciousness. When the seed is first planted, its world is small, dark, and confined. But as it is nurtured, something miraculous happens. It breaks open. A root pushes downward, anchoring itself, and a shoot pushes upward, seeking the sun. This journey from darkness into light is the journey of our awareness as it grows and expands. Spiritual growth is not about accumulating information or perfecting behaviors. It is the slow, steady expansion of your ability to see, to love, and to hold reality more compassionately. At first, our consciousness can be quite small, preoccupied with our own needs, fears, and desires. Me and mine. As we nurture our inner seed with practices like prayer, meditation, service, and self-reflection, our consciousness begins to expand. Our circle of care widens to include our family, our friends, and our community. We feel empathy for lives unlike our own. We start to see not separate objects, but an interconnected web of life. We move from a dualistic mind that separates and judges to a non-dual mind that sees unity. This is the full-grown tree, offering shade and shelter to all. It is the fulfillment of the promise hidden in that first, tiny seed, to grow until our awareness is as wide and as welcoming as God's own love. The parable does not end with the idea of growth. It gives us a living image of its result, a great tree. It grows so that the birds of the air come and make nests in its branches. This image is crucial. The goal of our inner spiritual growth is not for our own sake alone. The purpose of becoming a tree is to create a habitat for others. The fruit of a mature spiritual life is shelter, safety, and rest for the world. It offers a place for birds to build homes, raise their young, and sing their songs. This is the image of a spiritually mature person. They are not trying to save the world or impress anyone. Their grounded, loving presence creates a space where you can find your own clarity and rest. They have allowed the seed of divine love within them to grow, and its branches have become a sanctuary for others. They are living proof that one person's inner work can have a profound outward effect. This is the promise and the calling of the mustard seed. Well, that's really the point. Section 6. The parable of the mustard seed is, at its core, a teaching about faith. But it presents a very specific kind of faith. It is not a faith that requires intellectual certainty. It is not the acceptance of a complex set of doctrines. It is a much simpler, more earthy kind of faith. It is the faith of a farmer. The farmer plants the seed. The farmer trusts the mysterious hidden processes of life to do their work. The farmer cannot force the seed to grow. They cannot sit and watch it unfold moment by moment. The farmer's job is to provide the right conditions, good soil, water, sunlight, and then to trust the process. Faith is the choice to trust the small divine seed within you, even when you cannot see any evidence of its growth. Believe that small, consistent efforts matter, even when you feel no immediate change. Water the seed today, without demanding to see a full-grown tree tomorrow. This quiet work of faith is done through small, concrete actions. These are the water and sunlight for your inner seed. Your job is not to produce the growth. Your job is to show up and tend the soil. Trust that the power of life within it is more than enough. Section 7. To care for something, you must first be able to see it. A gardener who cannot find her seeds cannot plant them. The divine spark can feel abstract until we make it concrete. One powerful way to do this is to give it a name. Naming your seed is an act of recognition. Saying, "I see you, I acknowledge your presence. I want to help you grow." This brings the seed out of vague ideas into the tangible reality of daily life. What is the name of the seed you feel called to nurture right now? Become quiet and listen. Sit in stillness. Let your breath be slow and gentle. Ask, what quality is trying to grow in me now? Don't search for something grand. Listen for the first quiet word or phrase that arises. This is your seed for this season. Write it down. For 7 days, each evening write the name of your seed. Then write one sentence about a small thing you did to water it. Example: seed, patience. Today I took 3 deep breaths before responding to a stressful email. Seed, open heart. Today I listened to a friend's story without trying to fix it. This is not a test, it is a practice of gentle awareness. Over time, this daily naming and noting will carve a new sacred path in your consciousness. Section 8. As the parable promises, a nurtured seed does not remain hidden forever. It grows into a visible presence, a tree with branches strong enough to hold life. As your own inner seed grows, your life will begin to offer a similar kind of shelter to the world around you. Your calm presence can help to de-escalate a tense family argument. Your lack of reactivity becomes a space for others to find their own calm. When you have nurtured the seed of compassion, your attentive listening becomes a sanctuary. Do not imagine this shelter as grand heroics. It is quieter, humbler, integrity at work, a non-anxious presence with your children, refusing gossip to create safety. In these small everyday ways, the branches of your inner tree spread, offering rest and safety to the birds of the air who cross your path. The personal work becomes a communal gift. The inward journey has a powerful outward effect. You will find that your life has become a habitat for grace. People will be drawn to the quiet strength and gentle love that radiate from you. They find in your presence a small piece of the great peace for which all hearts long. Section 9. The path of the mustard seed is a path of quiet hope. It is a slow, patient, and deeply personal journey. It does not demand perfection, only a gentle, persistent faithfulness. The sacred ground is right where you stand. The holy seed is already planted within you. All that is asked is that you turn your attention toward it, offer it your care, and trust the miraculous process of life that it holds. The greatest journey you will ever take is the one from the tiny seed to the great tree. So let us close with a quiet blessing for this journey, a gentle encouragement for the path ahead. May you have the courage to look within and find the tiny, precious seed that is your own divine spark. May you see its smallness not as a weakness but as a holy starting point, filled with unimaginable potential. May you not be discouraged by the slowness of the growth, but learn to love the sacred process itself. May you find the faith of the farmer, the quiet trust to water and tend without needing immediate results. May your small acts of love, your moments of silence, your choices for kindness be the gentle rain and warm sun your seed needs. When you face storms or drought, trust your roots growing in the unseen. I welcome small beginnings. I plant my seed today. I water it with patience, kindness, steady faith. I grow in quiet strength. My roots make me unshakable. I am vibrant, loving, a shelter for others.